All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We are at the Alumni Talk, and we have Farooq with us. Hey, Farooq. Good afternoon.
Hey Nisar, good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Farooq, for joining us for the Alumni Talk. I just got to know that you work as a data scientist in Wipro, right?
Yes,
Oh, so it will be actually very, very great for us and for the fellow listeners about how you have inspired through this particular journey and where you are exactly at this position. So, just about a quick introduction.
okay. Myself, Farooq Ahmed Siddiqui. I have 5 years of experience in data science, machine learning, NLP, and currently in Gen AI. So I have graduated from Vishweshwaraya Technological University. My branch was mechanical engineering. Then I took a course from DataMites, that is certified data scientist course. So in the year 2020. So since then, I have worked in the companies like HP, and currently I'm working as a data scientist in Wipro.
All right, good to know about it, Farooq. So you said that your stream was mechanical, right?
Yes,
And 2020 is like COVID times when you
correct.
started learning. So what inspired you? I mean, from mechanical to data science.
Actually, since I was from mechanical background, I was not much, expert or a good level of developer in the perspective of coding and all. So I thought I could take, the data science course, which has a less coding coding aspects and more towards the machine learning statistics visualization. So for that reason I took data science course. And since then I am working as a machine learning engineer and also currently as a data scientist. uh, the concepts what I learned during that time, those are very helpful for me. Okay. And also the time I took course, right, the AI was, growing. It was a fast, now also it's the fastest growing, technology in the world. But at that time, the data science was like a boom. For that reason, I have changed from mechanical to, the data science background.
Correct. Even back there, it was quite a boom in the market. Still, it is, the AI and everything, Gen AI, it is just the branches which is going on. That's correct. That's correct. Um, when you joined, I mean, after the data mites, when you learned all the courses and, you just jumped into because I can see as in your LinkedIn profile, right now you're at Wipro, but
Correct.
previously you had like previous organizations as a data scientist. So, how did the role and responsibilities differ across these organizations?
Basically, it depends on the customer requirements. Okay. In the previous organization, we used to, for example, we used to develop a chatbot based on the business requirements. And currently, we are, working to develop a end-to-end application for the different customers. So from company to company, the requirements changes, as the client demands for their requirement, we have to, work on those specific requirements.
Correct.
Starting, I started as a machine learning engineer where, we have for few requirements, we have developed, our custom models, okay,
Correct.
uh, based on the requirements. And for few projects and for few products also, we have used the scikit-learn ML models itself. So whatever during the course time, right, whatever the algorithms we have learned
Mm-hmm.
during our batch, right, my mentors were Ashok Veda and Sagar. Okay, they mentored very well. Okay, explaining from the statistics, machine learning models, what are the assumptions for each algorithm, and how we used to train a model, on what data we need to train the model, how we
Mm-hmm.
need to minimize the error, how we need to maximize the accuracy score and everything,
Oh,
right? So those guidance, that literally helped me, to work on the real world scenarios.
Great to know about it. You said that initially, ch chatbots, and now your main thing is to work with end-to-end application with the customers or whatever is the requirement. So, out of my curiosity, like, what were the some of the most exciting projects that you have worked on?
2 years ago, I have built a chatbot, okay, using some Gen AI models. And when I say Gen AI, at that time it was Google, but Gen AI
Hmm.
was not there to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Gen AI. Okay.
Correct.
Those chatbots, we have built using different frameworks like SAP CA and RASA NLU technology. And also we have even tried with our custom functions also, how we are getting the responses according to the client requirements and all. Okay. Now we are building some applications from end to end, from user interface whenever uh, the request comes from the user, right? From there till the user gets his response. So this we call it as end to end application. There we are trying to use we have already built the ML based solutions. Now we are migrating to our Gen AI based solutions.
Correct. So, like you said that initially, you used to use like BERT from, again, like, of course, as with advancement has happened, we have called that to be a Gen AI. But
Correct.
of course, it was already there and we were using it.
Correct.
So, how do you keep up with the rapidly changing landscape of the data science tools?
Yeah, correct. See, what happens is when we work in the AI and AI domain, right?
Hmm.
So for every year, the models, keeps coming. The
Correct.
advancement will keep on going on. So once I did this course, I was knowing only machine learning. Okay, coming years, I was made to learn NLP for the products and also for different projects requirements and all. So NLP, deep learning, and currently Gen AI. So as a data scientist, you need to upskill yourself. Whatever the latest technologies will be coming, you need to understand the working, architecture, the model, how the model works, how you
Correct.
will apply those models to solve your real world,
Correct.
problems.
Correct.
So basically, you need to keep on learning.
That's essential. That's for sure. That we
Correct.
have to keep learning all the time. Uh, since this AI field or data science field is quite a vast, and there are so many tools that we need to learn. If I ask you that, could you
Mm.
please recommend like 5 to 6 must-have things for an AI, what they will be?
Okay. So if I would be in that position, right, I will start with the machine learning basically. Okay, from machine learning, I will learn some statistics. Okay, based on why? Because everything depends on the data itself, and we should know how we need to play with the data using statistical tools, how we will do statistical analysis. So I will prefer machine learning. I will learn statistics, and I recommend learning NLP. Okay, NLP models and all. There are different when we deep dive in the NLP, right, there are different techniques like data text pre-processing techniques are there. Okay, and we have some models like LSTM by LSTM. We have transformer. We have BERT. Okay, we have GPT models.
Correct.
Okay. So I recommend these things. At the current trending world, right? I suggest Gen AI, starting from machine learning till the
Mm-hmm.
Gen AI.
That's actually correct, because eventually people would like to hire you if you know the latest trend which is going in the market rather than something. But of course, machine learning, Python, statistics, these are the base that has to be there.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have to brush it up with Gen AI and large language model kind of tools so that it can. Um, how do you see the role of AI evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
Before telling this answer, I would like to add on few sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, what the candidates do, right? They
Mm-hmm.
directly jump on the AI concepts,
Correct.
Gen AI concepts directly. But in the interviews, right, the panel and the experts, interview experts, they are purposefully asking you the traditional ML models also, how they work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my suggestion is to learn initially with the ML, then you have to proceed with the Gen AI part. This is one suggestion I would like to give. And answering to your question, right, in the coming 5 to 10 years, some advanced models will come, some more evolution will happen in the AI field. Okay, some more advancement will come. For example, right, 2 years ago, no one knows what the chat gpt was. No one thought
Correct.
that chat gpt would boom in this way. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we can expect such tools to come in the upcoming years also. For that reason, we need to, as I mentioned earlier, we need to upskill with the latest models what we are having in the market and all.
Correct. That's correct. So I was about to ask the next question, that what advice would you give to the students, aspiring to become a data scientist, or kind of what kind of mistakes that they do in their earlier career professional? But you answered it already, saying that we should not be jumping directly, but we should be knowing about the base machine learning and the mathematics and how it works, because that how it judges that how exactly you know about the certain stuff that you have learned. Um, One more question that people often say, that I also often say, that how important is networking in advancing one's career into the data science or in any other field? You also must be having your own networks and everything. So how important that is?
Networking is very crucial role. Okay, why? Because see, you will be having multiple contacts in your domain or in your organization and everything, right? For example, if you need to refer a candidate, right, first we go through in our contacts itself. If
Hmm,
we have some data scientist, or we have in the some HRs, or we have some manager level or tech leads, whatever we have. Okay. And also recently, 2 to 3 candidates got placed in some big tech companies because of networking itself. They keep on, referred for those candidates and within their contacts, within their network. And even though they were having very good skills in the
correct.
ML based, and they joined as NLP engineers in a very good tech based companies, top companies they joined. So networking is very important
Correct.
nowadays. Yeah.
Correct. It's a very crucial part as well. Since Farooq, you are a senior member in the field of artificial intelligence, and I know that you must have interviewed a lot of people as well
Yeah.
for machine learning, AI, and everything. I,
Yes.
I want to know from your perspective that when you are an interviewer, then what is the first thing, or I can say that you look in anyone's resume, that how should the resume should look, that one should get an eye and immediately should get a call.
Okay. Coming to the resume part, right? The resume should be only a single page or a 2 page. Max to max, it should be a 2 page. And it should be a very presentable way. Whenever we look a resume, right, we
Hmm.
keep on uh, we keep on seeing multiple candidates' resumes. Okay. I have interviewed more than 50 to 70 candidates till now. Okay.
Correct.
How we shortlist is, it should be a very good presentable manner. Okay. And some mistakes, right, nowadays what they will do, they will add unnecessary things, right,
Correct. Correct.
belonging to their college things or whatever during their schooling time, just to it should have some content, so
Mm,
that for a content base. So these things should be avoided. It should be very crisp and clear, whatever you have worked, whatever you have learned, okay, whatever projects you have worked on, whatever trainings you have taken, whatever certifications you have taken. Only 1 or 2 pages very much. That's sufficient. Okay. That is one thing.
mm,
And the next thing is, I would like to recommend that generally the interviewers, the panels, what whoever it might be, they ask very basic questions. Okay.
mhm.
Candidates, what they do, right, they suddenly jump to a very advanced level. They prepare in a very advanced level,
Okay.
but either in the coding round or in a technical round one, technical round two, or whatever round it may be. Okay, most of the interviewers, they ask very basic questions where some, not only some, most of the candidates, they fail to answer those questions. So this is my recommendation for those the candidates, those who are preparing for the interviews.
Correct. That's correct actually. Farooq, one more question, that Like you said that currently in the AI, you are working with the end-to-end application as a programmer because you yourself have transformed from a mechanical engineer. Of course, you learned Python and everything. As a programming aspect, Python in peculiar. So how much we should be advanced through the Python? It's a beginner, intermediate, or it should be the highly Python developer kind of Python that we require?
See, whenever we will do a course, right, or whenever we learn something,
Mhm,
we cannot, guarantee that we will be working on the same aspects, whatever we have learned so far. Okay.
mhm,
When you join an organization, they may ask you to work, just from end to end level, or they will
mhm,
ask, and they may take a work of development. Okay.
mhm.
At that stage, right, we cannot deny that we don't know programming at a
Correct.
development level. But some, as a data scientist, right, coding, coding is required at the optimum level. Okay. You
Okay.
should know, you should know to debug, you should know to code, you should know to write how the functions, or if some functions are already have been written, you
Correct.
should know what has been written and what it, you know, does, right? You should know how to write a classes and all. So at some optimum level of coding is required for the data scientist. This
Correct.
is what I recommend.
Correct, correct. And anyways, people upskill. I mean, when you are into the job and you have the basics or even the intermediate, when there is a
Definitely.
requirement, you cannot deny. You have to learn and you have to, uh, go with the situation.
Definitely.
Uh,
Definitely.
one generic question, since you're a part of DataMites family itself, I'm glad to know about it. But can you recommend any specific books or courses or any resources that you might have used in your time that you've preferred that it's a very good thing?
I have referred, O'Reilly publication
Oh, really
books.
correct. Yes.
O'Reilly. It's
Mm,
very good book. And currently, I am learning. I am referring the LLM based building LLM to the production. Okay, those books. And I used to refer Springer publication books. Those are very nice books. And we have multiple blogs, websites, and all. There, they explain you in a very clear manner. Even a layman can understand what they are trying to express the things in the blog. And so I recommend O'Reilly publications. This is my personal experience, what I'm sharing.
That's great to know about it, Farooq.
Yeah.
Um, um, are there any challenges or problems the audience can solve to get a hands-on experience? Because people have this kind of questions that, I need to put projects into my resume. So which project is currently that I should be making, which is going to catch an eye of the recruiter? So,
I suggest, to put some ML project. And if you are, very much thorough in the NLP, try to put NLP based project, that is chatbot development project. So whatever project you put, right, you should be very much clear and thorough enough to explain to your interviewer.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
uh, first of all, you should be very confident that if you know certain thing, you should tell very clearly and in a very polite manner, very explainable manner. And if you don't know, right, you should tell them clearly that sorry, I have not worked on that technology. I don't know that technology and all. So there is nothing wrong by telling that, by denying that you are not able to answer their question. Okay. But whatever you know, right, you have to tell that uh, very confidently. This is what I recommend.
All right. That's great to know about it, Farooq, and actually very glad to have you on this alumni talk. Thank you so much. We have questions. Let's get. So, I'm from a non-technical background. Will that affect if I'm starting a career in data science? If
No,
somebody, no, no, not at all.
no effect.
Because right now we want skill.
Correct.
If you're able to make it, you're able to make it, no matter what you are.
Correct. Most of the nowadays, right, most of the candidates, they are not having engineering background, but they are
Mm-hmm.
able to crack a job.
Supriya has a question. What programming languages and tools do you use most frequently at your work?
We use Python itself for
Python
that.
itself.
Correct.
And as far as tools, of course, there are a lot of APIs, so you will be using.
We have APIs.
Mm,
Uh, Nowadays, we use GCP most of the time.
GCP all the time, yeah, because when you talk about the production level things, it has to go over the cloud
Cloud
itself.
is correct.
Correct, correct. Um, Anonymously, we have one question that what were your mistakes that you have done in your career?
Okay, good, very good question.
Hmm.
Some of the mistakes, right, what I already told. During my initial days of giving interview, right, I used to prepare a very advanced topic. For example, we have in the NLP like topic modeling and LTA method or sentimental analysis prediction.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some NLP based. I used to understand its the backend working perspective, how the models work, and
Mm-hmm.
but at the starting time, I failed to answer in couple of interviews. What is what are stop words? What is lemmatization? What is tokenization? Why tokenization is required?
Mm-hmm.
So these basic questions, I made mistake. I was not prepared, for a couple of interviews. So this is what I recommend that to start. We should start from the basic, and we have to reach till advanced.
All right. Means all the smaller topics must not be ignored. It's not like the whole sum. You are just learning, and
Correct.
the smaller things has to be put a point on, and then we can move to the advanced topic.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Kartika has a question. What skills do you think will be in high demand in data science field in the future?
High skills in the data science you can consider as a Gen AI models, LLMs based applications will going to come for a few more years, like 4 to 5 years. So for that, you should be excel in your Gen AI based concepts. Again, to start from machine learning itself, not directly on the starting from NLP. You have to start from machine learning. This is what I suggest.
You said a lot about machine learning. Machine learning. Do you take the interview? You usually start asking questions from machine learning directly?
I start from the traditional ML model.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's actually glad to know that nobody is jumping directly to the advanced section, but they want you to know about your base, that how good is your base, and then they talk
correct.
about. All right, we had 4 questions, guys. Do we have more questions? Let us know. All right, no questions from the LinkedIn and YouTube, and I think we have covered all the questions from the meeting itself. All right. Uh, Thank you so much, Farooq, for giving your time. I know your time is precious, but
No, no.
you made some times out to give the interview out. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nisar. Thank you.
All right, thing. Thank you.
Thank you.